hello, Pepsters! Oh, di ba? Gusto mo yan, nandun na yung mga guest ko. What's up, mga badidap? Happy Wednesday evening sa inyong lahat. My name is Nikko and I'll be your host for tonight's PEP Live Extra. Nakita nyo naman na kung sino ang ating mga guests sa title card at nandito kasama ko na sila actually. Please welcome the candidates of Mr. sa Filipinas 2021, Januarius Paglinawan of Zamboanga Peninsula, Junichi Yabushita of Cebu City, Jherald sa Pigao, Castaneda of Mandaluyong City, and Josh Diño of Camarines Sur. Ang haba, oh my gosh. Hello guys!
Hello po. Good evening.
Hi.
Ayan. O sige, bigyan ko kayo ng time isa-isa para mag-hi sa ating Pepsters. Pero bago
Hello
yan,
po.
live tayo ngayon sa ating Facebook dito sa pep.ph at naka-live din tayo sa Kumu at TikTok accounts ng pep.ph. So kung may questions kayo guys for our guests tonight, ilagay nyo lang yan sa comment section natin down below and I will be asking for you. O, ayan, mag-hi na kayo. Let's start with you, Janji.
Hi. Oh, I'm so glad to be here, and I hope you enjoy this live show along with me and my brothers. Yes.
Yan, thank you. Oh my gosh, mag-i-Englishan tayo with Janji dito. Let's do, okay, Josh naman.
Hello everyone. Thank you very much for watching and I'm so excited for tonight and it's been a new day again and thank you very much to all the Pepsters out there and thank you for all my supporters and to the supporters of Mr. sa Filipinas. Thank you so much.
Okay, next. Junichi.
Ayan. Hi everybody, mga ka-Pepsters. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. This is Junichi Yabushita from Cebu City and I hope we'll have a good time tonight. And hello din kay Sir Nikko. Thank you for having us tonight as well.
Okay, na-sir na nga ako. Naka-strike one ka na dyan, Junichi. Okay, Jherald. Okay, Jherald, anytime.
Hi, hello. Hi, I'm Jherald Castañeda po. I represent City Mandaluyong po. Hello po. Naririnig po ako?
Yes, naririnig ka. Medyo lag lang ng very, very light. Pero
Hi.
okay lang yan. Laban natin
Hello,
yan.
naririnig po ako?
Yes, naririnig naman, Jherald. Medyo lag lang ng very, very
Hi,
light.
I'm
Pero
Jherald Castañeda po. I represent the Mandaluyong po.
ayun. Yun muna ang intro natin for Jherald at dahil medyo lag ang kanyang internet, antayin natin mag-stable yung internet na medyo maulan dito sa Luzon. No? So, pagpasensyahan nyo na ang aming internet, guys, ha? So, kapit lang tayo dyan. Alam nyo na ang mga technical problems na hindi may iwasan. At dahil dyan, mag-start na nga tayo sa ating chismisan or chikahan with the boys of Misters of Filipinas. Gusto ko na muna syempre tanungin, bakit ba kayo napasali sa Misters of Filipinas? Parang si Junichi may gusto nang sagutin. Sige, Junichi.
Sige po. For me, this is a very great big platform for me to share my story, especially that I'm a victim of bullying and standardization, especially in the society. And I believe that this is a great platform for me to touch other people who's also a victim as of the moment and to teach them how to be triumphant in their own challenges in their life as well. So yeah. So that's why I joined, to inspire others as well.
Okay, yung parang pang Q&A na yung sagot mo, Junichi, ah.
Sorry po. Sorry po.
Kalma lang tayo, Junichi. Okay. Janji.
Okay, so I joined Misters because of the fact that I wanted to show myself as a millennial farmer and how I moved from my whole city life and became a farmer, or learning to be a farmer actually, and exposing this as me as a millennial farmer of how the youth today can adjust to the current address the current problems of food security, which is my advocacy, food security through agriculture, and then that also through education, people can see that they can actually be able to plant, grow, produce, and make their own fruits and vegetables and stuff just by simple habits lang. That's it. Sorry, I actually kind of froze. I was wondering what was my question. I was listening
Okay
to
lang, that's
Junichi. I'm
okay.
like, wow, tell me more, Junichi. Sorry, I froze with
You answered it
Junichi's.
well. You answered it well naman. Let's go with
Okay.
Josh. Okay, Josh.
Okay, so di pa lang ako pagpakilala kanina. I'm Josh Dino from Camarines. So the reason why I joined Mr. of Filipinas is because a good friend of mine told me that I have a dream. I should start introducing myself to the world and to show myself out there and put myself out there. And this is me. When 2021's came, I told myself that I will audition to everything. I will put myself up there so that people will know me. And at the same time, right now, I am an advocate of youth empowerment since I was 17 years old. And I would like to be a messenger of hope to every young people out there, men and women, and girls and boys, to because we're facing a pandemic right now, and I believe that everyone needs hope, everyone needs motivation and encouragement right now, and I would like to give that to them.
Okay, Josh for president. Char. Ang ganda ng speech. Okay. I'm so sorry, Josh. Hindi pala kita napakilala. Medyo na ano ko dun sa lag kanina ni Jherald. Ayan, mukhang okay na si
Yeah.
Jherald. Tawagin
Apo.
na natin si Jherald. Okay. Why did you join Misters of Filipinas?
Hi, first of all, I'm Jherald sa Castañeda po. I represent City of Mandaluyong. And I joined this Misters of Filipinas because I want to share my knowledge to the next generation, especially the youth, on how physical aspects are more important in these trying times. Ayun po. Nag-focus po ako on physical fitness kasi I'm a future physical education teacher. That's it. Thank you.
Ang cute. Okay, eto na nga. Etong Misters of Filipinas, dapat lilipad na kayo tomorrow, 'di ba? If I'm not mistaken. Kaso na ano, na-postpone ang pageant. Pero gusto ko muna itanong siguro kamusta yung experience nyo sa dahil medyo makabago yung ano, yung setup natin ngayon dahil pandemic nga ang Misters of Filipinas this time. Okay, sinong gustong sumagot? Feeling ko si Josh, sasagot na siya. Okay, Josh.
Okay, ano nga yung tanong?
Kamusta yung experience mo,
Oh,
joining Misters of Filipinas amid the pandemic?
well, it's for me. I think to most of us, um, to Januarius, to Junichi, and to me, and to everyone who is not from NCR Plus, this is a very very unique experience because we have not yet um, seen our fellow candidates in person up to this moment. So yeah, I have, and at the same time, I have not flown to Manila just yet, and I have never been present, physically present on the activities of Misters of Filipinas just yet. So if you're going to look at the post of Misters of Filipinas, we're not there because we're not there yet. But um, at the same time, we're making history right now because this is the first male pageant that is going to happen live in spite and despite of this pandemic. And I think we are all so much grateful and blessed to be part of it.
Ayun. Oh my gosh. Parang ano na to, parang pang coronation night na yung mga sagutan natin dito. Okay. So, Jan, Chico, you're stepping out of your comfort zone for joining in this pageant. Kamusta yung experience mo?
Yeah, I'm actually stepping out of my comfort zone for the reason that I do have stage fright, and then it's something that my dad has been trying to cultivate with us here in the farm, or when we meet people. He always tries to get us to get up on stage and to explain who we are and what we do in life. But this whole Misters experience have been super challenging, as what Josh has mentioned. People outside NCR, and especially amidst the pandemic, it's like, how does this work? And then I think it was especially more challenging for me, for someone who's lived in Cebu for 10 years, and then coming to a very like I'm still like a baby here in Zamboanga del Sur, in Zamboanga Peninsula, where I've just been here for just a year actually, and then a year in like 2 weeks. And so when Misters came, I had this really challenging opportunity to learn the culture, and every requirement that happened onwards, I had to like find out, okay, like let me learn more about the Subanan culture here, let me learn more about the food, let me learn more about the provinces, the people. So I really like went around and looked around, and what actually surprisingly what happened here is that I developed a habit where any new requirement or anything that I had to do for Misters, I would first face a challenge, but then I would come out with a solution, and then I would achieve it, and it'd be like, hey, pat on the back for me. And so now that's like it's already instilled in like my environment and the things that I do. And actually, to be honest, I lost myself midway through the competition when I went to Manila. I went there and I'm like, oh my god, this is a competition. I'm here, and I started stressing myself. When I came back, I'm like, stop, no, you're going the wrong direction. Just remember why you're here, and who it's for. It's not for anyone. It's for me. And so I'm grateful. I'm forever grateful for this experience, and I can't imagine the amount of support that I've been getting, not just in my province, but like the whole peninsula, and people outside too. Yeah.
Ayun. Eto naman ayan nga na-mention nga ni kanina ni Josh na you guys are building friendships kahit puro virtual
Yeah.
lang. So,
Yeah.
ikaw Junichi, kamusta yung mga naging tropa mo na diyang mga candidates?
As of the moment, I have like friends already in the Misters of Filipinas candidates, especially yung mga taga Cebu. Kasi malapit lang kami dito at nagkakita-kita lang. Pero for me, the experience is a little bit different from others because I'm also a student full-time. I am studying veterinary medicine, and at the same time, I'm juggling the different activities of Misters of Filipinas, the preparation, the fittings, the trainings, and inserting them in my midterms, my finals, and my quizzes. And for me, not to see my fellow brothers also, because one experience, just like what Josh and Januarius said, is to form brotherhood and camaraderie with each other. And I believe that we only have 1 week to do that in Dumaguete, and 1 week is not just enough for us to get to know each other. And I believe that this normal setting is very needed because of the pandemic right now, and nothing can stop people or the misters in advocating their advocacies as well. So it's a very good test of passion and hard work as well in our side, because in our preparation we are a bit limited with resources, especially for our physical sa gym namin. So right now it's all home workout, and it's all about finding alternatives in the new normal. But the experience is a little bit of a roller coaster ride due to the pandemic, but it's all worth it at the end. So yeah.
Nailalaban naman. Eto, meron ba kayong mga virtual
Yes po.
challenges din for Misters of Filipinas? Jherald, ikaw, ano yung mga challenges na na-encounter mo?
Hello?
Ayan, go ahead.
Yan, hello. Now, yung yung connection po, but on nakakasama ko naman po lahat po ng mga misters, like, for example po, yung nag-screening po kami ng NCR po. Ayun, nakasama ko na po halos lahat po. 30 candidates po yun. Then pumili po sila ng 10 candidates. Then that's it po. Nakasama ko na po. Tapos may good personality naman po sila, lalo na po si Mr. Caloocan, Mr. San Juan, and Manila. Ayun po yung mga naging close ko talaga. Ayun po. Thank you.
Si Coach Romel,
Yep.
Ayan, nakakatuwa naman na meron palang may Team NCR na nakita-kita na, tapos Team Cebu City, si Ed, tsaka si Junichi. Okay. Meron ng mga friendship. Yung mga Team Mindanao ba, meron nagkita-kita na. Si Kamser, medyo ibang side na to, so feeling ko wala pa to nakikita eh. Okay, Janji, meron ka na bang na-meet? Wala pa?
Wala pa. I went to Manila a few weeks ago. And then I met some of the NCR people, like Jherald, Grabe,
Yeah.
everybody's so guapo. Like, wow, so many guapo men in one room.
Oo nga, medyo I can agree, no? Parang yung apat kausap ko tonight. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's talk about your preparations naman for Mr. of Filipinas. Okay? Medyo nabanggit na ni Junichi yung workout. Ikaw ba, Janji, paano yung workout mo dyan?
I preparation. I think what I'm doing is I'm not doing any different than I was before Misters. What I'm only doing is like I'm sort of taking out some priorities and some jobs that I'm currently doing and prioritizing Misters. But yeah, physical. It's already part of my lifestyle, especially since I'm always like in the farm fields and doing farm stuff. So I have to keep fit in order to like guna the rice or like the garden, sorry, and like weed the plants and stuff like that. Other preparation, I think that's really it. Yeah.
Ayan,
Yes.
okay.
That.
Yan ang workout ni Janji.
Yes. Other than that, food, I think I only realized how important food is. So I actually put more importance to food and realizing, and I'm actually for the first time, I'm utilizing a lot of our garden and the produce around, and I'm starting to plant stuff that I actually need. When before I didn't realize, like, what is alugbate and like really what is kangkong? Like I thought it's a lot, but it's like superfoods. Amazing. Simple things like that. And I think that my biggest preparation is just the Q&A and like being able to compartmentalize the way I speak and putting in them in a way that's very like impactful, relevant, which is very hard, which is
Straightforward.
something that Junichi and Josh that I've seen them do really well in.
Okay, idol pala kayo ni Janji sa Q&A. Ano
Yes.
masasabi mo doon? Sige, Josh, ikaw muna. Ano masasabi mo doon?
Thank you so much, of course.
Or do you prepare pa ba kapag Q&A? Parang naghahanda ka pa ba?
I actually do prepare, especially when I'm alone. I talk to myself and I try to say things that I want to say to people. Like when I'm in the comfort room, I'm in the shower. That's what I basically do. And for formalities purposes, I do drills with my question and answer coach. And yeah, that's basically it when it comes to question and answer portion. At the same time, I challenge myself to talk to strangers, to talk to people that I don't usually talk to, so that I could practice my communication skills. And of course, this interviews, it's a lot of help for us to practice our communication skills. So thank you so much.
Okay. Oo nga, ito nga, nakakatulong practice din pala itong interview natin. How about you, Junichi? Parang nakikita ko yung kakaya ni Kevin sa Instagram. Sabay ata kayo nagtitrain ng Q&A, di ba? Meron kayo mentor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes po, meron po. Kasi we're in the same agency and he's also my family friend. So that's why we have the same team, we have the same trainers and all that. But at the same time, it different kasi yung namin yung weight of training kasi like for him there's a lot of percentage on the interview, for me there's a lot of percentage on the physical attribute, so it's more on an individual approach in training us. So yeah, but for me I'm flattered of what Januarius said, but for me, for my Q&A, I just answer from my experience because I know that a lot of people are listening and maybe going through the same thing, because we only have one winner in this competition, and win or lose, at least this experience, just like this kind of platform, a lot of people are watching and maybe get inspired, and then I've touched the life of others just because of what I've said or through my words. Then I'm also already a winner by making an impact to other people's lives. So yeah.
Ayun, it's all about the purpose din, no?
Yes.
Ikaw naman, Jherald, meron tayong di ba? Merong pasarela yung mga beauty queens natin. So kayo ba, meron ka ring training na ganyan?
Si Mr. Son naman ba? Sorry. Now po, yung pinaka-preparation ko po now is proper diet, proper workout. Saka po yung sa Q&A po, always po kami pinagbabasa po ng books. Tapos meron pong mga nag-interview po sa amin dito. Kasi same agency po kami ni Mr. Sanwat.
Mm.
And now po, pinaka-problem ko po is yung time management. Kasi as of now po, I'm also a varsity player on our school, and ito po, yung sa Mr. sa Pilipinas, sobrang responsibility po talaga siya. Kaya sobrang time management po talaga. Thank you po.
Ayun. Gusto ko yung lahat ng sagot niya may thank you sa dulo, no? O sige, let's talk about your advocacies naman. Isa-isa natin na tatanungin yung advocacies, no? Unahin ko na si Janji. Medyo interesting yung millennial farmer for me. So, bakit,
Mhm.
paano ka napasok dyan? How did you get into farming?
It's been a thing that my dad grew up as a farmer. He was I think my dad has the whole like rags to riches type of story where he was a farmer, and then the land that we used to be on, he used to steal the corn before because he had nothing. And so from there, him just fulfilling and wanting to do his dreams, he then went and became a furniture designer, and then he went places and stuff. And he is somebody who I inspire or aspire to be like. And wanting to be a farmer, I never wanted to. It seemed very boring, like that whole stigma. But then when the pandemic hit and everything and every my life experiences in the city that I was going through, it didn't feel real anymore. And what was real was the fact that I needed to put food on my table, and then I needed to be with my family. And so those are my priorities now. And then learning that, and I'm seeing that even during when I was in Cebu, people were bartering their skills just for food. Like people would say, "I will graphic design for you just for like rice." Like it can't get any more real how important food is. And so I made the switch and then went into farming, and I'm learning with my dad. It's a challenge, and then gardening with my mom. They both do separate things. So yes, that's how it came to be.
How would you siguro invite or siguro uh, motivate other people, syempre yung mga millennials or the Gen Zs na to try farming. Syempre challenge yan since parang yun nga meron yung stigma na parang ay farmer, parang di ko bet gano'n.
From experience here, I genuinely believe first, like if you want to experience or try, at least come to our farm and just see. It starts from like I think a lot of the reasons why people don't know or don't like farming is because they don't understand it, and they don't understand the load, and they don't see the whole experience itself. It may not come to them immediately, but down the line in the years to come, they're eventually going to hit a switch. They're going to have that time, that stage in their lives, and then put value to it, and then come back. So yeah, it's better that way, to see and to understand.
Pero at saka ang dami na nagiging plantito ngayon sa mga bahay-bahay nila. Good step yan, guys. Tanim pa kayo
Yes,
dyan.
that's a good step. If anything, if there was a blessing that came out of this pandemic, everyone became a green thumb.
That's true. Okay, eto naman. Kay Josh naman tayo. Youth empowerment. Tama ba ako, Josh?
Yes.
Okay, ba't yun yung napili mong advocacy?
Well, it's something that came out naturally actually. Kasi ever since nga 17 years old ako, I've been in the service of empowering youth. And yun, I started in the church as a youth leader, and then eventually I came out to the schools and the university, and I started becoming a student leader in in my university. And at the same time, right now, I believe that doing or giving light to the youth sector right now as the most affected and devastated sector in the society right now as the pandemic hit us. I think it is just perfect to spread awareness on what is happening, what are the struggles of every young people we have right now, and knowing that we are going to be the one who will carry over whatever legacy we have right now into the future. I think it is best for us to protect what we have, the generation that we have, that we should be able to have a generation that is best and that is more equipped with everything that we need, so that all of the problems that have we have had in the past will not happen again in the future, and so that every person, every young people right now who are struggling with mental health issues, struggling with everything that is happening in the country and outside, will be able to cope up with it. You know, ganun.
Ayun. So, maraming training si Josh as a youth leader. So, pero ito, syempre, gusto ko itanong bilang may experience ka at bilang relevant din naman, how would you inspire siguro people your age or the younger generation na mag-register to vote in the upcoming elections? Pang Q&A na yung tanong ko. Sige, go Josh.
I think it will start with the fact that I am registered to vote. And we know that people who believe in ourselves, like for me, people who follow me, people who believe in me and support me, they know and they believe in what I do. And because of that, me being a registered voter will actually affect them or actually have an impact on them. And to young people who are not yet registered to vote, I believe that one thing that I could tell them is that your one vote will impact or will affect a lot of things that you are experiencing right now. And siguro, um, it boils back down to the idea that we are the future of this generation. And if you don't stand up right now, it will be too late for you to stand up again in the future or to decide to stand up. So your stand is your vote. And that's it.
Ayun, ang ganda naman ng sagot. Okay. Tama yung sinabi niya, no? Tsaka sana, ilang araw na lang ang registration natin sa Comelec. So guys, na hindi pa registered, mag-register kayo sa ating upcoming elections.
Yes,
Okay.
register.
Okay, kay Jherald naman tayo na sports ang kanyang advocacy. So bakit yun? Siyempre, sige, ikaw na mag-explain bakit yun ang napili mo.
Um, Hello. First of all po, yung advocacy ko po is health and wellness. And I choose that kind of advocacy because I'm a future physical education teacher. And I want that soonest or in future na yung future student ko mapanood nila tong advocacy ko on Mrs. of Filipinas. I want to advocate them na gusto ko maging good example to them na gayahin nila ako bilang good teacher, ganun. Kaya, and yung sa pagiging varsity player ko, ina-apply ko din siya on my advocacy kasi doon ko nakikita yung responsibility ko. Like on now, yung sa preparation ko, and ganun din po sa pagiging varsity. Kailangan alam mo po talaga yung responsibility mo. Ayun po. Thank you.
Ayan, Jherald. So, eto nga, alam naman natin na sports and parang yung physical activities din, importante yan sa health. Siyempre, yung going to the gym, ganyan. And etong mga gyms natin ang affected din, parang lagi silang last na nag-o-open kapag biglang nag-ECQ ang isang area dyan. Anong take mo doon sa ganong decision ng government na parang intayin natin ay parang laging late yung gyms mag-reopen?
Okay. For me po, meron po kasi siyang disadvantage and advantage po. Yung disadvantage po niya is nakakalimutan na ng ibang mga youth or yung mga people na mag-exercise, 'di ba? Kasi yung exercise or ayun po yung fighting spirit natin para matapos tong pandemic. And yung advantage naman po ng ganun is kapag yung advantage po nung ganun is yung maliles po yung social distancing kasi meron po kasing mga people na hindi nila nasusunod yung social distancing, always wear your face mask, face shield, di ba? Ayun po. Thank you.
May point ka din naman. Lagi nga siya nagti-thank you kapag sumasagot siya. Okay. Junichi,
Yes po.
your advocacy naman is anti-bullying and breaking stereotypes. Tama ba?
Ano po, breaking societal stereotypes. Yun po.
Ayan, okay. So, na-mention mo kanina na you were bullied. So, yun yung
Yes
naging
po.
motivation mo. Anong nangyari? Bakit ganun yung naging experience mo?
Because while growing up, when I was a very young boy, I was so big, and I was a very my physical attributes. Let's say my physical attributes is very prone to bullying, so they tend to call me names, tend to label me different derogatory terms and names, but it really scarred me for life. But I'm a very stubborn person as well, so aside from listening to them, I I tend to accumulate all my focus onto my studies, and became an honor during my high school days and my elementary days. But for me, this advocacy really inspired me because it is from experience, and I really believe that this experience really changed me, and I've learned a lot from this experience. I molded myself to become a better person, and I believe that what I've learned is that if you love yourself first, then you can love others, because you can't give love if you don't have it. So, what I want people to learn is that we should really start within us, because we can't thrive if we can't help ourselves or fix ourselves first. Then we'll go the wrong ways. But for me, this advocacy is really important, especially to the children, because there's a lot of people who is just like the Junichi of before, who are still bullied and labeled and told that they can't do it, especially in reaching our dreams. Because, for example, from my modeling experience, I was told that I was not uh, um, that stereotypical model, and I can't make it to the modeling world. But here I am right now, 10 years in modeling, because modeling is not just all about the looks, but it's all about who you are in the inside, your personality, and your talent. And I want people to really understand, especially our children, that it's not the physical attribute that would stop us from dreaming, but what who we are and what we are. And if we love to learn and hone our skills, those are the things that will really lead us towards a very successful life, and also to a successful dreams when we achieve it. So, yun po.
Ayun,
Dami
napaka-inspiring.
kong sinabi.
Parang gusto kong gawing guidance counselor tong si Junichi,
Ay,
nakakaloka. Okay. Pero eto naman, going back to the competition, how are you guys handling the pressure? Ikaw, Janji, since it's your first time.
It's pretty chill, to be honest. If any pressure, if any pressure, it's like attending to the requirements and the needs of misters and trying to attend to lives, adjusting like what Junichi had to say. Like we're not just doing misters, we're doing a lot of other things, and especially for me, under my 5 pillars in food, I'm handling the cafe here in the farm, and then the amount of guests that we get per day, cooking, whilst also preparing my diet, and then also cooking for my family and 20 of our farmers on the daily. And then for fitness, I'm working out every day, running also because I'm preparing for a marathon at the end of the year for myself. And then for farming, it's me learning and educating, because as a millennial farmer, I have to know what farming is and what are the needs and everything. And then farming, football, food, family, priority, biggest priority. That's what I have to like. That's what I put above everything, Judd. And so, yeah, I kind of lost what the question was. I'm so sorry.
That's okay, that's okay.
I started thinking more about the things that I was doing here, and then I forgot about the question now.
That's okay, that's okay. Okay, sige.
I'm sorry, Nico.
Kamusta yung competition between the competitors? Sino yung sa tingin niyo parang biggest competition niyo sa pageant? Junichi, ikaw.
For me, it's really me, because if I keep looking on the other candidates, I'll lose myself. Like, oh my God, he's so tall. Oh my God, he's so handsome. Oh my God, he's very articulate. And then I'll put pressure. I'll put a lot of pressure to myself, which is not good kind of pressure. So that's why I tend not to look the different interviews of other candidates, so that I can be really authentic about myself, so that I could not really copy what their strategy is, because their strategy works for them and my strategy won't work for me also. So what I really do is that I really focus myself and then treat myself as my own competition, because what I think is what what I perform. So if I think that, oh my god. So for example, like that, I'm thinking. So
Guapo.
if I think that I can't do it, I really can't do it, because that's my mindset. But if my mindset, if I can do it, then everything will fall into place, and everything will be just um okay, because at the end of the day, I always go back to my really um, uh, root cause of what I've joined, and that's really what keeps me intact mentally as well. And keeps inspiring me to do more, even if it's going crazy at the same time. The whole experience is like a roller coaster ride. But my inspiration, especially my cause in joining this pageant, really inspired me to push more and to do more, even if it's up to my limit na. So yeah.
Ayun, a little birdie told me na parang ikaw daw yung ano, parang biggest threat para sa ibang
Hala,
contestants. Sabi nila ha.
no.
May nag-chat lang sa akin dito. Char. So anong
I
masasabi
know.
mo doon?
For me, I can't really say anything about it, because everybody is unique and everybody has their own experiences and how they try become triumphant in life. And this is everybody's game, and during the coronation night, everything will change. And maybe matapilok ako, or maybe I can't answer the question. So, or maybe some other candidates, yung ganon na mga factors, because at the end of the day, there's only like one winner and four other princes. And I believe that if you think now you're already the winner, then you lose the sense of joining pageantry, and that's camaraderie and brotherhood as well. Because if you're too focused on winning, then you're just focusing on yourself. You're not enjoying the experience when we go there to Magete. So instead of thinking that maybe I'm a front runner, then I think to myself that I'm here because I want to change and make an impact to the society, especially in my advocacy. I'm really I really am passionate with my advocacy, because I became who I am today because of people who inspired me as well, spokespersons who inspired me through their experience. And if I could be those kind of spokesperson and change a life of a child to become successful and to have a great future, then I'm already a winner in that with that crown. So yeah.
Okay. Eto naman, dalian ko ng very, very light yung question. Ano. Alam naman natin kung gaano ka-intense yung mga fans ng pageants. No? At syempre, ibang level yung mga beauty pageants. Pag ano ba, sa male pageantry, then for sure meron yan. How are you guys handling comments or bashers, ganyan? Josh, ikaw.
As for me, I have not seen, or I just choose not to see bad comments or hate comments towards me, so that it would not affect me that much, because I have a motto when it comes to social media. I tend to highlight the good and to learn from the bad. And I think right now what I need to learn is the things that are more important for me. And I don't need to look at the bad side of social media right now, for me not to be the focus on what I'm trying to prepare for. And yeah, right now, what I do is, I think it's my mechanism as well to battle against this bashing or any hate comment, is to just be able to highlight the good to the point that it supersedes or overcomes the bad.
Okay. May natutunan tayo bagong word, supersede kay Josh. Char. Gerald, ikaw, bilang one of the youngest contestants, meron ka bang parang nilolook up among your Misters of Filipinas candidates? Parang naging kuya-kuya yung tingin mo sa kanya?
Ayoko magbanggit. Char. Ano po, as of now po, di ko naman po sinasanay yung self ko na ganun na i-underestimate sila or tawagin sila na the way na kuya, ganun. Parang gusto ko yung brotherhood level equal lang kami ng age, ganun. Kasi ano tawag dito, I joined this pageant po kasi I want to gain experience kasi this is my first pageant po, first big pageant and I'm I'm so it's an honor for me na nakasali po ako and naging candidate ako. Kaya first nung una po na nanalo po ako na dun po sa NCRs, dun po panalo na po ako. And now, nung una po, medyo kinakabahan ako kasi medyo mataas na po yung level, ganun. And nung nag-interview ay nung nag-meeting po kami kahapon, medyo na-excite po kasi sobrang daming activity. I think po ano may enjoy ko po and magkakaroon ako ng more friends like sila Junichi. Ganun na yun po. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. At dahil dyan, ongoing yung yung national ano ba to? Costume naman ng Mr. sa Filipinas na nakita natin sa social media ng Mr. sa Filipinas. Sa TikTok, nakapost doon yung mga videos nila. Sa Facebook din, dinilabas yung mga pictures. Pakwento natin isa-isa yung mga mga national costume ng ating mga candidates. Let's start with Josh. Sige. Pakita natin yung picture ni Josh. Anong inspiration ng national costume mo? Lalabas yung picture mamaya, wag ka mag-alala.
Okay. So the inspiration of my national costume, of course, is of course the sea, the ocean surrounding the Philippines, and the fight that we have right now when it comes to our own to the West Philippine Sea. And I think that the whole costume, it symbolizes a warrior of the sea, and at the same time it symbolizes every fisherman that we have in the Philippines, battling it out on a daily basis with their own lives, and at the same time battling it out with the what is happening right now in the West Philippine Sea. And my latest news regarding the West Philippine Sea is that other countries are already bringing sewage waste onto the sea, onto the West Philippine Sea, and I think it really disheartens me to know that, and knowing that we have the West Philippine Sea for us, the Philippines, and people or other countries are trying to destroy it, or are actually very careless on what they're doing with the West Philippine Sea, with what we have. It's something that we should shed light about, and more on what we use to the for the costume we use pearls. These are not actual pearls because we don't have much budget, but I think it pulled off the design. It is a very elegant barong and barong sa lakot and bahag, and yeah, it's very comfortable to wear, and at the same time it really speaks my heart because I really want to fight for what's right and to fight for what is ours.
Okay. Ang ganda nga nung parang nung parang ano ba to? Nung pabarong effect niya dito, tapos pearls. Tapos yung blade niya parang keyblade sa Kingdom Hearts. Okay.
Yeah, it's really heavy actually, but it is comfortable to wear. Yun, mabigat siya.
Mukha naman comfortable din kasi parang konti lang yung tinatakpan niya. Char. Okay. Let's start with Jan. Okay, kay Janji naman tayo. What's the story behind your national costume?
Okay, yeah, that one. So this national costume, it represents the ethnic tribe here that's very like prominent here in Zamboanga Peninsula. It's called the Subanen, like Suba, or I hope I pronounce it right. Suba. It means river, or like river dweller, because they actually started from like the river and then they eventually migrated into the highlands. And so this outfit that I'm wearing here it's their typical outfit. Actually, it's mainly in black. But then what I found out from before, these used to be the colors, and it's actually pretty cool because when after seeing it and wearing it, it made me feel proud because it made me feel like it also like represents the Philippines, like the blue and the red and the white. So it made me super proud and even more like happy to be wearing this. And then as you can see, like the baskets and then the rice thing, it showcases more of like the deep sense of culture with the Subanen tribe, where they are very hardworking people, and their their livelihood, they only like plant and grow, so they really have an abundance of products or produce actually. And it also makes me really happy to wear this because we do have Subanen workers here in the farm, and the stories that they have, it's kind of saddening as well. Like these are the people that are no read no write, so they are usually abused just because of that, and the money that they receive, it's actually taken away by the people around them. And so there needs to be more awareness about these kind of tribes. Yeah, so that's the
Okay.
Subanen
We
tribe.
learned, I learned so much, no? In fairness. Shout out din dun sa mga, shout out gusto mo, yung mga designers ng ating mga national costume. Kay Josh, si
Oh
Jerome
yes,
Creo, tama ba? And kay Janji naman is Noel
Sir
Ines.
Noel. Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's go naman to Jherald kasi ikaw na yung napunta dyan sa pwesto na yan.
Okay po. Yan. It represents Tiger po. Because Mandaluyong is also known as Tiger City, as to Metropolitan Manila. And that's it. And Mandaluyong is called Tiger City because of the remarkable rate of business and infrastructure. And our city has been considered as one of the progressive economic in our country. And tawag dito, yung tiger po is dito sa Mandaluyong, sinasabi-sabi siya as on map. Yung map po daw ng Mandaluyong is shape is like
Shaped like a tiger.
tiger. Ayan. Ayan po. And now, gusto ko sana mag-iwan ng quote sa Mandaluyong City po na don't let anyone down yourself. Just fight for it. And kasi
Oo.
tiger. Thank you.
Oh, sabi ko na inaantay ko yung thank you, yun yung cue niya eh. In fairness, no, Mandaluyong nga ang Tiger City ng Metro Manila. Okay, alam ko rin yan kasi dyan ako nagtatrabaho, Chas. Okay. In fairness dun sa pa-tribal effect nung ni Jherald, na ang designer naman nung kay Jherald I forgot to mention.
Candy
Candy,
Segovia.
okay. Candy Segovia. Ang galing. Okay, kay Junichi naman tayo na national costume. Anong story ng national costume? Ayan, Junichi.
Yes, bro. So my costume is inspired by the Sinulog Festival, but what you can see here is just the Sinulog Festival inspiration. There's a lot more details, but I think it was cut out. Maybe they want it to be a surprise during the festival costume competition. But for me, this is inspired by the very famous, Cebu's very famous for this kind of festival, Sinulog Festival, and where we celebrate Santo Niño. So yun po. And then my costume na lang po for the other details is that I'll be bringing a backpack and where it's inspired. It is like the Seaclex Bridge and where the iconic walk of Steffi Avera's story was done. And it really is one of the iconic bridge now in the Philippines because it will be one of the largest bridge connecting Cordova to Cebu City. And aside from that, there will be like lechon, puso, and guitar to really represent Cebu City so that when you see my costume, you'll really know that it's Cebu. So with all of those details, it will all boils down to my beautiful city, the Queen City of the South, Cebu.
Oo nga. In fairness, gusto ko yung may pasanto ninyo. Yun yung sumasayaw-sayaw, diba? Gusto, hinanap ko rin actually yung buong picture nung kay Junichi. Kaso parang di ko makita. Ang nakita ko lang itong parang nakaikot na siya na meme. Ayan, oh. Saan na ba? Pero in fairness, makikita,
Oo.
oo, parang mga fans ata nag-edit ng picture ni Junichi kung saan-saan.
Ginawa
Mga
po ako.
places sa Cebu.
Isa po yan sa mga dream
Okay.
ko na maging meme. So, almost there na
Ayan,
din.
achievement. Unlock ka naman na dyan. Okay.
Yes po. Another
At dahil dyan,
thing on
Pepsters,
that list.
kilalanin pa natin ang mga candidates ng Mr. sa Filipinas sa ating unang PEP Challenge. Okay, let's do this. Ang PEP Challenge natin tonight ay tinatawag naming social media raid. So basically guys, nag-stalk ako ng kanilang mga Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, TikTok accounts, hinanap ko yan lahat. Tapos magpa-flash tayo ng mga photos on screen at i-share lang naman nila kung ano ang story doon sa ipapakita namin. Okay. Gugulatin ko na lang kayo kung sino mauuna. Let's start. Photo number 1. May lalabas dyan mga childhood pictures. Oh, okay, yan. Quarantine and chill, sabi ni Janji.
Explain this. This was the
paano ka ba
time.
paano ka ba nag-chill sa quarantine?
I guess inspired from Netflix and chill, but behind this actually, this is the start of me trying to get into modeling. I think, or me trying to get out of the shell and getting into modeling. And I think Junichi mentioned it earlier. Like there was a stereotypes towards modeling about like maybe you're not tall enough, you don't look good enough, you don't fit that model bill, and so that kind of like was stuck on me like as I was growing up here in the Philippines. And then this was during the pandemic actually, right before I was moving to Mindanao, where I wanted to see what it was like if I was to live or stay in our work. I was working in a social media company, and then I stayed there overnight, which was the scariest thing. And then I thought, okay, let me just have a photo shoot and let me try and get out of the shell. So let me just go half naked, I guess. Why of all pictures?
Kasi quarantine and chill yan nakalagay, pandemic ngayon, di ba? So, alam niyo na, related, char. Okay, next photo. Magugulat na lang kayo, may mga childhood pics pala ako nahanap, di ba? Charot. Oh, si Januarius, Janji ulit. Football.
This was a company that I started when I chose not to work for my father in agriculture. It was called Boombox. It was an advertising company that really promotes like the events, and then it culminated into like I wanted to do a sports event at the end of the year, and then after this was like done in I think the international school, and then a lot of different like it was nice because it wasn't just Filipinos. There was a lot of like different nationalities from Japanese to Korean to like the Middle East. So it was very nice. And even after this, we all had a barbecue and everything. But this represents like my life in football, like growing up in academy. I went into sports because I didn't want to, my dad or my parents didn't want us to get into like recreational drugs or any of that type of sort. So football was my discipline growing up.
Cool. Hindi masyado sikat yung football dito, ano? Pero in fairness, nakakatuwa. Okay, last. Pili ko kay Janji pa tong last. Hindi natin na-shuffle. Okay, last photo kay Janji. Ayun, parang nawala yung picture. Lalabas ba yung picture na?
Sayang. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Ayan. Ay, hindi pala to si Janji. Si ano na pala to. Si Jherald. May pa-simplex tayo sa vaccination.
That was my first dose, and now yung second dose ko is my problem kasi second dose ko is on September 5. And Mr. So Pilipinas is start on September 3 to 13. And natatawa ko on that photo kasi nung on that time ito suot ganyan, naka-hoodie ako, and then sabi nung kasama ko take a photo daw, and then nung nagubad po ko ang daming lumapit and then sabi nila, that is Mr. Mandaluyong. Ganun. Kasi Mandaluyong box po, sobrang dami nagpicture. Kala nila ano, artista daw, ganun. Kaya sobrang naiya po ako that time. That's it po.
Pero tinodo mo yung pasimple na pa-flex mo ng arms doon, ano? Eto, Jherald, how would you invite, syempre, young people na alam mo naman natin yung vaccination, sobrang ano din yan natin, kailangan natin ngayon. How would you invite people your age to to vaccinate themselves? Vaccinate themselves.
As of now po, I will encourage the youth na magpa-vaccine sila because one of our medicine is this vaccination kasi if ever na hindi wala kayong time on workout ganun kasi one of our fighting on this pandemic is our workout to boost our immune system kaya if ever na meron chance na magpa-vaccine po kayo, that's more important po. Thank you.
Ayun. Oh, thank you daw. Okay, next photo na tayo. O si Jherald to ulit.
uh, that is Mr. and Miss RTU. That is my person last person last 2019 po yan na pageant ko po. And then wala talaga akong kahit anong alam po dyan. And I won that minor like Mr. Photogenic and Best in Swimwear. And I won first runner up only. And that's it.
Okay, okay. Okay na din yung ano, first runner up. Grabe, hindi lang only yon.
Aba.
Good job ka na rin dyan. Okay, next photo. Sino kaya tong next? Okay, okay. Okay na din yung ano. Oh, si Junichi at ang kanyang dog.
Yan po, that's my dog. His name is Bruno, so he's a beagle. Yeah, na-mute po ako.
Ayan.
So yun po. Yes. So that's Bruno, everybody. That's my very, very good companion. He's a beagle. He's 2 years old as of the moment, and I bought him during the pandemic with my own hard-earned money because I really wanted a beagle. But aside from that, it really shows how I really love animals, and it really relates to my course right now, which is Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. So during online classes, he's my model throughout my demo. So it's a good thing that Bruno was there during my online classes. So yeah, it's a good job, not just for me, but also for Bruno for having good grades.
Ang cute, no? Meron ka ng study body.
Yes,
Ang cute naman ni Bruno. Ilan ang pets mo, Junichi? Meron ka pa bang ibang pets?
Yes, ano po, I have 4 dogs, 1 cat, and 1 hedgehog po.
Ang dami. Okay. Buti hindi
Ang dami
nang-aaway
po.
yung pusa at saka yung dogs, no?
Po?
Hindi nag-aaway yung pusa at saka yung dogs.
But when you train them po, when they're young, they tend to like treat for example, my dog was a puppy and my cat was already an adult, and then the puppy really thinks that the cat was his dad or his mom, so they really treat themselves as family as well. And it's surprisingly, the cat was very gentle towards Bruno as well. So yeah, it's all about presenting them nicely and giving them time to adjust with one another. So at the end of the day, love wins.
True. Okay. Hello naman, ang swerte-swerte ng mga pets ni Junichi kasi veterinary siya, no?
So, at the end of the
Okay. Next. Ano kaya to? Okay, ayan. Ang thesis ba yan ni ano? Sino ba to? Thesis ni
Thesis ko
ano,
po yan.
Junichi.
Uniform ko po yun. Yes. So, thesis ko po yan when I was taking up my first degree, which is Nutrition and Dietetics at Cebu Doctors University. So, I posted a picture of that because I'm really happy because it took a very long time to finish. And doing research in CDU is very hard because it's like you're publishing a real book, because they're going to use it sometimes in competition and research competition. And I'm very proud that even if we have misunderstandings with my group mates, you know what happens during research, right? So even there's understanding, we pushed through and we're still friends at the end. So yeah. So
Oo
that's
nga. Ang daming friendship na nagkakasiraan diyan, charot. Mga groupmates na hindi nagpapasa ng ng project on time. Oh my gosh, kayo talaga mga kakaloka kayo. Oh, gusto mo
yes.
'yun, nagreklamo din. Okay, next. Okay, si Josh naman at ang kanyang courtesy call sa mayor ng Camarines Sur sa kanila.
That's
Okay, kwento mo yan.
Mayor Tom Bongalonta of Pili Camarines Sur. It's our municipality. And yeah, the main thing that I noticed about our mayor is that he did not drink coffee with me. He drank milk, and that's really cute, knowing that he is a tatay and doesn't drink coffee. So yeah, and at the same time, it came as a surprise for me because I sent them the letter and then they responded to me like really quickly, and then they told me that the the courtesy call will be um, the the next Monday. So that was Saturday, and um, the courtesy call happened on Monday, and yeah, it's really
Kamusta siya in
glad to.
person?
He is very gentle and very kind, of course, and at the same time, he wants to know me like on a personal level because he is more of a very open person and caring person. All of the employees and all of the employees in the municipio calls him tatay actually, and I kinda got used to calling him tatay at the same time.
Okay, at least nakapag-courtesy call si Josh. Okay, next photo tayo.
Medyo kinakabahan ako for the next photo.
Ayan, oh. Ang layo ng inabot ko dyan sa comic strip. So, ikaw ba
Yeah.
ay may talent ka rin sa pag-drawing? Tama ba ako?
Yeah. So what most people doesn't know, I am a graphic artist. I started as a traditional graphic artist, but now I work on digital platforms and I work for Amazon companies right now. So yeah, on the story on that photo, that is a comic strip that won a gold medal in the regional tertiary schools press conference, and I'm really proud about that because I was new to comic strip drawing, and then a year after I learned to draw, I got the gold medal for it, and it's so nakaka-proud, and my hard work paid off for that, and I that's about fake news. The comic strip is about fake news, and I used certain symbolisms and icons. Like for example, I used Boy Abunda as a character, and at the same time, I used um, one of the icons of fake news. And if you're going to look at the picture, you'll know who that is. I don't want to mention names. So yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
yeah. There's a
Ang galing
cool story
naman.
around.
Meron pa ata tayong next photo. Meron pa ba? Feeling ko 3 each yan eh. Ako nag-prepare niyan. Charot. Meron pa. Feeling ko meron pa. Kung hindi, ipa-flash ko na lang dito. O unahin ko na si Januarius. Ayan.
This is with the head of the Department of Tourism here in the province. She came actually next month on September. It's the Araw ng Zamboanga del Sur, so it's like the anniversary. I think that's what it is. And then one of the celebrations is the food part, and they're promoting like the 3 different tribes. Like there's a settler, there's the Subanen, and then there's the Muslims, right? So I will be representing. Actually, I'll be doing a cooking show the day before I leave for Misters, which I hope I don't miss the boat just because of the show. And so yeah, so she came in, she checked out, she wanted to see what our food was, and then et cetera, et cetera. And then yeah, simple.
Pero you're a chef.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm an aspiring chef. I
Mm.
used to do a lot of home cooking before, and then I had a food business, and then I was very curious about like what the difference between culinary and home cooking is, and I realized culinary has a lot of fundamentals, like basic fundamentals, and what home cooks are very good for is a taste. Like I think our parents, like especially our moms, I think they have very good taste when it comes to food at home. Diba? Food is always good with your parents. So like yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the difference between home cook and culinary.
Okay, ang galing. Ang mga talents ng mga ating Mr. sa Philippines candidates. Okay, next. Feeling ko meron pa. Meron pa to. Meron pa kayong tatlo. Wag kayo, hindi pa kayo tapos. Oh, ayan.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hello. That's some of my photo. My video on TikTok. By the way, yung TikTok ko po is some of yung content ko dun is ginagaya ko yung mga viral video, ayun. And nagpo-post din ako dun ng mga workout ko, daily lifestyle. Yun. And by the way, yung kay Januarius, I saw some of your food. It's so very delicious on your story. Yun, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Okay. Ako din medyo nabigla din ako kasi akala ko last ipapakita yung video. No? Pero si Jherald ay dancerist pala si Jherald sa TikTok. Okay. Alam niyo na yan, guys. Hanapin niyo na lang yung TikTok niya after the show. Oh, Okay,
Adonis.
next. Pang-Adonis. Okay, next. Oh, ito naman.
Whoa.
Mr. Bicolandia 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, so this was my first ever regional pageant, and I got lucky to have been awarded the first runner up. And I was not expecting that, but I was trying to enjoy everything, every part of it, and at the same time hoping for the best. And yeah, and the first runner up award was given to me. And then I joined again for the next year, which is the 2019 edition. And I actually won one of the titles for Mr. Bicolandia. And it was Mr. Bicolandia Tourism. And at the same time, my experience for me, actually in 2019, that was my anniversary as a pageantero. That was my first year. That marks the first year of my pageant career, and it was fruitful and so grateful to have experienced all of that. Because at first, like Januarius, I was bullied and I had my experience of insecurities, and it was with pageants that I learned to love myself. I learned to actually appreciate everything that I have, everything that I have been given, everything that I possess as a person. And at the same time, it is with pageants that I gained a lot of friends, a lot of people that I have learned and experienced a lot of things and a lot of good learnings from them. And at the same time, this Misters of Filipinas 2021. This will be the most the pageant that I'm most excited about, because it kind of puts me out there on the national stage, and I'm just so grateful to be here, to be part of this competition, and to be part of a new family that I'm extending to, the Misters of Filipinas family.
Ayun. Okay, nakakatuwa naman. Meron tayong title holder dito. Mr. Bicolandia, Tourism 2019. Tama ba? Oo,
Yes.
tama. Okay, last, syempre, si Junichi na to. Okay, kabog.
And ako, that was the time when we were in Hong Kong. So the funny story is that time is the time in where Hong Kong has riots.
Whoa.
So we already booked a ticket, and then the riot came into life, and we were praying that hopefully that when we go there, the riot would stop. And with God's grace, it stopped for 1 week. So for a week, we've stayed there. We had a lot of fun, and this is also from my hard-earned money in modeling as well, and also sa mga baon ko na pinagutuman ko. So,
Ang
para
sarap
to
ng feeling na yun, no? Na
Yes
parang, oh
po,
my gosh,
kasi
hard-earned money. Tapos,
yes po, kasi you have to really enjoy life, and that's what I learned from my family friends, that everything that we earn from our money should be shared and should be lived and experienced. And going to Hong Kong was really one of the best experience that and also the best decision that I ever made. And the funny thing is, when we went back to the Philippines, the riot started again. So we were like, we're really
swerte.
thankful. Yeah, swerte talaga. Kasi when we arrived, it stopped. And when we went home, it began again. So yeah. At
Alam
saka,
mo kung ano yung
good.
nagpaswerte doon, Junichi?
Ano
Yung
po?
red na turtleneck mo.
Ay, talaga po. Feng shui eh.
Oh, diba? So, dahil
Oo.
swerte ang red.
Alam siguro nila na magbe-red ako. Kaya pag uwi ko, nawala na yung nawala na yung swerte sa riot. So, but the for me, the very most memorable thing that happened there is that we've got to experience Disneyland in all of its ride for just a half a day. Then we rode it twice. We rode everything twice, because during a normal vacation, you can't ride everything due to the very long line to Disneyland. So
True. Oo.
yeah.
Grabe. Yung isang ride dyan, inabot ako ng 2 hours doon sa may Toy
Opo,
Story.
di
Parang,
ba?
oh my gosh. Hindi worth it. Picture lang to. Charot.
Kami, half day lang, tapos na lahat. Tapos again, ride
Kaingit.
kami
Yung
pag-awa.
nakakamiss mag-travel, ano?
Opo. Pero
Okay,
hopefully
guys.
matapos na.
Nakilala natin ang Mr. sa Filipinas candidates natin dyan sa ating PEP Challenge. Pero bago, ay medyo nakaisang oras at kalahati na rin tayo. Pero bago ko tapusin, tanongin ko na rin sila mga showbiz questions. Ready ba kayong pumasok sa showbiz just in case or if ever may opportunity na mag-present sa inyo? Josh, ikaw.
As for me, as I have told you earlier, I made a pact with myself that I will be auditioning to everything. I will be saying yes to opportunities as long as it's beneficial to me. And I think showbiz is one thing that would give me a platform. And at the same time, most people know me from streaming. I always tell them that I am a Broadway dreamer. I dream of being on Broadway, and I think being on showbiz is a platform, a stepping stone for me to get there to where I want to be.
Okay, meron tayong dancerist na TikTokerist dito, tapos meron tayong singerist. Parang gusto kong pasample kay Josh kasi Broadway daw ang target. Sige, kaya ba, Josh?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sige. Okay, ayan. Oh my gosh, game naman siya. Okay, go. Anytime.
All we see is skies for forever. Like
Wait, I forgot. I forgot the lyrics. Wait. sorry.
Life will be alright for forever this way. Two friends on a perfect day.
Ayan.
Okay. Short, pero ang galing. May kalaban si Jherald sa Best in Talent. Pakita naman natin yung talent ni Jherald sa sayaw. Yung mga pag-ganon-ganon niya dyan. Okay, punta na lang kayo sa TikTok ni Jherald para makita nyo andon. Madami, guys.
Doon na lang sa TikTok.
Pero ikaw, Gerald, pag may may opportunity maging movie actor ka or TV star, ganyan. Game ka ba?
Um, Syempre po, I want this Mr. of Pilipinas be my stepping stone in everything, in all opportunity po. Gusto ko po na yung Mr. sa Pilipinas po yung maging stepping stone ko. Kasi yung Mr. sa Pilipinas po, ito po talaga yung pinakaisa sa pangarap ko. And yung sa showbiz po, syempre pangarap ko po siya kasi some of my relatives po is sobrang gusto talaga po nila na may makapasok sa amin sa showbiz. Like me po, lagi po nila akong sinasabi sa ganun, kaya lang medyo mahihain po talaga ako. Ayun. Thank
Parang di ka
you.
naman mahilig doon sa TikTok videos mo.
Yung sa TikTok po, every time po na may dadaan or kahit na relatives ko, sobrang napapatigil po talaga ako. Kasi feeling ko po I'm not comfortable po if may nanonood sa akin talaga ganun. Ayun po.
Oh, ayan, parang meron lalabas na TikTok video. Ay, yun nga, replay ng TikTok
Opo.
video kanina. Oh, 'di ba? May
Opo.
paganon-ganon. Okay. Alam niyo na,
Pero
guys.
pero sinasanay ko po now is yung makapag-dance po ako sa in front of the people ganun. Kasi po sa showbiz po magiging entertainment na po yun. I-entertain mo yung lahat po. Like po diyan sa social media ko po. Ayun po.
Oo, confidence is key talaga. How about you,
Opo.
Janji? Parang bagay na host si Janji eh.
Me host. If I get into showbiz, like, will I
Yes.
take it? Yeah, I mean, like, why not, right? Since we're all, well, since I'm still young and still able, and then I only live this one life. Well, at this point, why would I stop myself from doing anything? As long as it doesn't hurt myself, then yeah, why not? I also feel like showbiz is something that everybody wants to try, diba? Like,
Mm.
I think it's the truth that like everybody wants to try and experience what showbiz feels like, and then but I also really know that even being a part of Misters, there's a lot of responsibility to it, and especially as someone like me who's very like free and very open, I'm starting to realize how sometimes I have to censor certain things, and like sometimes are just best left unsaid, or sometimes some things are best left not seen online, and yeah. So just like it's relevant to the whole bashers thing that you discussed earlier, that you brought up. I'm actually seeing two sides of the experience.
True. At saka medyo may taste of showbiz na rin kayo dahil nai-interview ko kayo ngayon. Char. Okay. How about you, Junichi?
Well, for me, if I really joined Misters because this is really a platform for me to be able to change something in the male pageantry, because a lot of pageantry, especially for women and for the LGBT, is very advocacy driven, and I believe that I really fit myself in here because I'm a person who talks a lot and really wants to inspire people a lot. So first, I really want to focus on this pageant. If ever it will, if it turn out great, and for me and my destiny, and I really want to make a change in the stigma that male pageantry has. But for me, when I was growing up, I was also thinking, well, they were answering that I had a lot of dreams because people told me that I can't do showbiz because of how I look. So I think it's time for me also to be open about new opportunities also. For me to grab opportunities, just like what Januarius said, as long as it won't hurt me, why not? And won't cause any negative impact to me and to my family, then why not? And hopefully also I want to finish my degree in veterinary medicine as well
Oo
to
nga.
get that to be a doctor.
Yun
There's
muna,
a lot of plans.
veterinary muna. Parang sayang parang hindi sayang ang effort ng
Yes.
pag-online class ni Junichi.
Yes.
Okay, yun na guys. Unfortunately, sa ating mga pepsters, yun na ang ating time with the candidates of Misters of Filipinas. Siyempre, bibigyan ko sila ng time to give their last message and promote their social media accounts. Let's start with you, Josh.
Okay, so thank you so much everyone for being here at Pepsters. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for having me. And At the same time, I'd like to take this opportunity to plug my social media. I'm Josh Dino on Facebook and on IG the Josh Dino. So you can follow me there. On Facebook, I cannot accept more friend requests anymore. So please do follow IG already because I think it's IG is unlimited. So please follow me there. And at the same time, I do respond to messages. I take time to talk to people, get to know who my followers are, and get to talk to individuals, to random people who follow me on IG. And also, I have my streaming platform, Live It and Kumu. I am I like the Josh Dino. It's the same with IG. You can message me there or at least follow me there. I will stream when I when I am not busy. If I have time, I'll be streaming. So yeah. At the same time, also please follow Mr. Sub Filipinas Facebook page and IG account. Please follow Mr. Sub Filipinas for the updates on our competition. Thank you so much.
Okay, next, Janji.
Oh, okay. Thank you again, Nico. Sir, I can't say Nico. Sir Nico. Sorry. But thank you again for this live. I really had a lot of fun. Thank you, Peps TV, Peps PH for this live again. And guys, do follow the journey of Misters of Filipinas. The coronation is coming up, and we hope everybody can watch us and support us. Thank you, brothers, for being here. Junichi, Josh, and Jherald. Follow me on my journey on my Facebook at Januarius Paglinawan or to IG. I'm more engaged during in IG, so just you can talk to me there. My TikTok has a lot of fun content, and then my YouTube channel. I post on the daily vlog, so if you want to see what my life is like within the day, it's consumable, nice lo-fi music, chill. You can vibe out with me. So thank you again, and also Mami Zanes or Noel Inez. Thank you again for your ethnic costume. It was brought up earlier, but thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, Jherald.
Yan. Hello. First of all po, thank you so much po Sir Nico sa pag-invite po here on live interview. And follow me on my FB, IG, and Twitter, and TikTok. Same lang po lahat sila. Jherald Sapigo Castañeda. And now, follow me on my YouTube channel. Nag-iisip na po ako na mag-vlog because of my TikTok followers. And follow Mr. sa Pilipinas, like yung Peps TV, yung YouTube channel po nila. And support niyo po ako sa journey ko on Mr. sa Pilipinas. And thank you so much po sa mga nagsusupport sa akin, like yung manager po namin si Sir Alex Penshop and yung family ko. And po, thank you so much po.
Thank you. Okay, last, Junichi.
So, yan po. Hi, everyone. Please do follow me on my FB, IG, which is and Twitter, which is there on your screen. Screenshot it kasi marami pong nagkakarong spelling. Mahirap kasi spelling. So, it's Junichi Yabushita at IG, and then Junichi Yabushita again on FB, and Junichi _ Yab and Twitter. So, please do follow Misters of Filipinas on their FB page, Instagram page, and TikTok. And please do vote on the TikTok on what contestant you want to support and who do you want to win as best in national costume just by viewing your candidates that you want to support. And please do include me as well. So I want to say thank you to Nikko. There you go, Nikko and Sir Carlo, especially Pep, Sir June, and to all the people who made this interview possible. Especially to my brothers, Januarius, Josh, and Jherald. Hope to see you soon. And to all the Pepsters, there's only one message that I want to leave to all of you, that I hope that all of our experience that we talked about here, Januarius, Josh, and Jherald, was experience to be learned also, and also there's a lesson there that we have been triumphant with all of our challenges, and if we all can do it and be triumphant and reach for our dreams no matter what obstacles we've been through, then all of you pepsters out there can do it also. So yes.
Ganda naman ang final word. Pero nakalimutan ko to itanong kay Janji kanina. Bakit nga ba Januarius yung pangalan mo? Kasi January ka pinanganak.
Yes. Januarius. Okay, so the truth about my name is, the nice truth is that it's after a saint. That's what my mom says, Saint Januarius. But on my dad's side, it's actually our neighbor's name, and then it's after January. So that's, yeah, that's
Okay.
the story of my
Okay.
name.
Fun fact.
Um,
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Nico, sorry.
Oh,
Nico,
yes.
is
Go,
it okay
Junichi.
if I can like give credits also to my costume designer,
Oh,
Mr.
of
Aldo
course.
Lucinario. Yes, Sir Aldo Lucinario, the very very talented Mr. Aldo Lucinario. Thank you so much. And to my cap, BNB Model Cebu, Sir Albert, Sir Gilbert, Nico, Allen, Royce, and to all of the BNB Model Cebu, thank you so much for supporting me and molding me to who I am today. Thank you.
Oo nga. Thank you so much, Junichi. Thank you din kay Sir Aldo, na designer ni Junichi na national costume niya. Nakalimutan ko
Ako
mag-attend.
din
I'm
po.
so
Thank-
sorry.
Thank you, no?
Okay,
Thank you.
Josh.
I forgot. Thank you.
Sino,
Okay.
yun, Josh.
I'd like to give a shout out to my designer as well. I have not been able to message or personally thank you. To thank the both of you, Jerome Villanueva and Leonard de la Peña, for making my costume, and at the same time for providing for it in the meantime. So thank you so much for that hard work and act of love. And also thank you to my KF family and to my manager for always for giving me this opportunity um, to be able to represent my province and to represent my experiences and myself at the same time, and to put myself out there. Thank you so much, and with so much love, I would like to thank everyone who supports my me in my journey. And I'm really doing everything that I could to give you the best give you the best that I can give, and to give back the support that you have for me. I'll I want to make you proud. Thank you so much.
Ayun. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us this evening sa PEP Live Extra. And to our Pepsters, hindi ako masyado nakapagbasa ng comments, no, masyado ako nakipag-chikahan sa kanila. Anyway, next time na lang. Ayun na nga. Kung meron kayo, for the latest showbiz updates, follow nyo lang ang aming social media accounts. Visit pep.ph for the latest updates on showbiz. Meron din kaming Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Pep Alerts lang yung follow nyo dyan. Meron din kami pep.ph on Kumu at pep.ph din on Calamansi app. Ako rin, meron din akong social media accounts. You can follow me on at Mr. Nikko Tuazon on Twitter and Instagram. Di na na-flash. Pasensya na, guys. Ayan, Mr. Nikko Tuazon. Yung socials namin, andyan lang din yan. Hanapin nyo na lang. Thank you so much. My name is Nico ulit. And this has been Pep Live Extra. Bye!